Hello, session 7 already. Welcome to our weekly Wednesday Wellbeing. Time has flown by, although some days definitely feel for you. Has time gone really quick or has it been slow and dragged on? I'm just going to take a quick look to see who has joined us. Hello to Krista and Marilise in South Africa. Hi to Hannah, who's recently been doing a lot of gardening with the lovely weather. Hi to Sarah and any of her clients who are watching. Morning, Tegan and Helen. And hi to Josh Bell, who's been watering his plants at the start of every day. Hello also to Sheena and Bridget. Hi to Chad and to Letitia and Jack in South Africa. And hi to Kerry, Lawrence and Saroja. Hey. So this week is Mental Health Awareness Week and the theme is kindness. Why kindness? It has the ability to unlock our shared humanity, strengthen our relationships, and develops community. Kindness is an antidote to isolation and creating. It helps reduce stress, brings a fresh perspective, and deepens friendships. Kindness to ourselves can also boost our self-esteem, mood, outlook, and purpose. We're sharing some thoughts, challenges, and advice around kindness on our social media channels. So if you haven't already, maybe have a quick look as some of it could be helpful. And let me know in the comments any acts of kindness that you've friends, family, neighbours, in your community, workplace, place of education. I'll have a look soon and share them with everyone. So this week we're looking at planning. This might seem like a very difficult topic with everything that's going on, and that's why it's even more important that we explore it further. Benjamin Franklin, fail to plan, you plan to fail. However, life is also about spontaneity and living in the moment. So how should we go about planning our lives? Is that we should plan everything or not plan at all. We all have a complex relationship with planning. In our modern society, life is fast-paced, and as a culture, we can become consumed with new things, desire quick results, and not easily commit to things. So perhaps you can use this situation we are currently facing to your advantage by reviewing how you plan and whether there are any useful changes you can make. The current situation has got me, like many others I'm sure, questioning how far ahead I should plan. And what happens when the plans we had were interrupted or have changed? How do we react and how does it move a few? But how can we react to this determines how we move forward and how we cope with changes. We wrote an article a few weeks ago about coping when plans are in, so perhaps take a look at that in more detail after the session, and there's some ideas and thoughts, but the key points that we want to share with you. Firstly, understand and accept that it is completely normal to feel that way. Secondly, allow yourself time to grieve and process your emotions and the loss you are experiencing. Thirdly, whilst it's good to acknowledge your emotions, don't allow this anger, upset, sadness to overtake your life and consume all your thoughts. Fourth, put a plan in place and give yourself time and something to. Smart goal setting can really help here. And lastly, stop and take a breath. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. So before we have a look at the advantages of planning, I just want to say another hello to those who are watching and see if we have any comments about kindness. So we personally got given a barbecue from some neighbours, which was really kind and lovely, helping us to prioritise our time and energy on what matters most. It also helps us to balance of our lives and to coordinate with those around us. Planning ahead can help us to go into situations a little bit more prepared and can direct our actions and focus towards a desired outcome more effectively. It can give us a great sense of achievement and accomplish a goal or task that we plan to do. And now let's look at the disadvantages of planning. Sometimes making plans can cause us to be short-sighted, flexible. Planning every minute, action or word and sticking to it rigidly means that if everything doesn't go according to plan, we might feel that we've failed, lost control, or will have a miserable time. Being this calculated and routine can often stop us from letting go, enjoying the moment and having fun. It can also hinder the development of creativity and experiencing or achieving new things. In fact, since it's thinking about our lives in a future tense, which of course right now has so much uncertainty around it. It's important not to dwell on our future or indeed our past too much, but instead to focus on the present moment and be grateful for where we currently are and engage with what's around us. So I just encourage you to actively do that during the rest of this week. Questions which might be helpful to ask yourself. Does planning stop you being spontaneous? Does planning help you feel less stressed and overwhelmed? Does planning help you commit to positive things you would otherwise back out of? Does planning overwhelm and fill your diary and your to-do list? Does planning help you to react in a better way to unexpected situations? Does planning make you feel that you've lost control if a situation changes? So I can see here that Josh has said, I've been collecting and delivering prescriptions for the vulnerable people in my area. I've also been doing weekly shots for a couple of elderly people. That's an amazing example of kindness. I'm sure that they really appreciate it. Thank you for sharing that. So planning is an essential part of everything. It can help us to focus, work towards something, and have a sense of purpose and direction in our lives. However, when life inevitably throws us curveballs, it's important to allow ability and an open mind. Last-minute decisions can bring much joy and excitement. If we are invited on an exciting day out or given tickets to our dream event, we don't want to feel held back by our set-in-stone plans. It defeats the point of doing what makes us happy. But equally, we need to be mindful of committing to our decisions and if we have made plans together. Before the pandemic, you may have felt stuck in a rut and you were simply going through the motions of everyday life. Whether that's in school, at work, life, that mundane routine can too often deplete our energy, dampen our mood, and result in a weekend whereby we're simply trying to recover and recuperate emotionally and physically. This is when living spontaneously or making it to 12 months. Are there things in your life that made you feel nervous, on edge, uncomfortable, where you thought, I could never do that, or that's out of my comfort zone? How did you feel when you went for it anyway and you achieved it? It can be helpful to name our successes, however, new experiences, day trips, different food, new relationships, interesting conversations. What other things would you like to achieve? What experiences or circumstances would bring you joy? Perhaps take a minute to write some of them down. Consider how you can succeed in some of the things on your list. What do you need? When would be the best time? And who can support you? Try to then make a commitment with some of these goals by implemented. It's important to trust our gut feelings, use our initiative, and allow ourselves the freedom to embrace change. So in line with Mental Health Awareness Week theme of kindness, there are 3 things we'd like you to consider that link to some things we've spoken about in previous weeks too. Set boundaries and avoid being taken advantage of. It can be hard for us to focus on what we're doing or to feel a sense of accomplishment and free of overcommitted to several things and spread ourselves too thin. Another important thing to consider with planning is to focus your time and energy on things that if that means planning for those things, great. If that means making spontaneous last-minute decisions for your happiness, that's also great. And finally, we spoke about habits last week. So something which can help us to consider past and future plans and is a really helpful coping strategy and also a great habit to develop, it's writing. Journaling or blogging allows you to clarify and process your thoughts and awareness. It can improve your working memory and also be a good problem-solving tool as you consider different solutions. Try to write in a private space where you're free from distractions. That could be easier said than done. And you can write about what's in that moment. Something which might help you when you sit down with your pen and paper or your electronic device is to consider the word write as an acronym. What do you want to write about? Reflect on the situation and how you're feeling. Investigate these thoughts and feelings through your writing. Time how long you will give yourself. I hope that's been helpful. Just going to take another quick look at the comments before we do our breathing exercise. Seems like we're having a bit of technical difficulties. Someone's just let me know that it's perhaps not the best connection. I'm sorry you're still able to hear me clearly though. Okay, so for those who haven't seen yet, we've uploaded some longer breathing and relaxation techniques onto our YouTube page after we've had a few requests from those who are watching. So you're welcome to try these at a time that suits you. For now, make yourself comfortable and just take 2 deep breaths to center your attention and calm yourself. I'm also going to do this. Now, if you feel comfortable doing so, please close your eyes to minimize distraction and to increase your focus on your own body as we begin our breathing and relaxation. There might be noises or distractions around you, but try to ignore them and focus solely on your breathing. Concentrate on my voice and being in this moment right now. Allow yourself this time to unwind. We're going to breathe in for 4 seconds, 2, 3, 4. Hold that for 2, 3, 4, and then breathe out again for 2, 3, 4, and relax. 2, 3, 4. And with each breath we take, let's slow our breathing down a little bit more. So make sure you are taking a deep breath and filling your whole chest. Just focus on that air in your lungs for a moment. Slowly breathe out again, feeling the air leaving through your mouth. Continue breathing, and as you do so, imagine you are holding a balloon. Picture the shape and the colour of the balloon. Now put all your stress and worry inside this balloon. All your fears, concerns, negative thoughts. Fill this balloon up with everything in your mind that is weighing you down. As you exhale, release them into this balloon that you are picturing. Now imagine yourself holding onto that balloon in your hand and slowly air coming into your nostrils. And now as you slowly exhale, I want you to imagine yourself letting go of that balloon and let out a loud sigh from you do so. Let all your worries, concerns, fears and negative thoughts float away in that balloon, out of your mind, out of your hands, off into the distance. Do you feel a sense of relief? Do you feel a sense of comfort? Those burdens are off your shoulders, the thoughts out of your mind. Try not to let them enter in again, and if they do, you can repeat that same technique to help you let go of them. They do not control you or have any sort of hold on you. You can choose to let them go. Continue taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Enjoy being in this peaceful moment all to yourself. Be aware of your body, your feet on the ground, your hands perhaps on your lap or by your side, your stomach moving in and out each time you take a breath. Just allow your shoulders to drop a fraction to a comfortable position. Let out a loud as you breathe out. Release any remaining tension and stress as you exhale. Take one more deep breath in, feeling through your nose, and exhale again out through your mouth. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, and when you're ready, just slowly open your eyes again and come back into the room. I hope you found that relaxing. Saroja, hi, hello there. And Fran, my dog Dutch is super relaxed now, as am I. That's great to hear. I loved the last week after the session. That was really great. Okay, so protecting and maintaining our mental health and well-being is central to us coping with and recovering from the coronavirus, and kindness has the power and potential to make a big difference with us. We have a valuable opportunity during and after this time for a reset and a rethink about what kind of society we want to be. We must seize this time to shape a society that tips the balance in favour of good mental health and well-being. Next week, we'll be looking at IT in particular. And I'm actually quite sad to say that next week will be our last session as we're looking to restart our 12-week courses in a safe way using social distancing and protective measures. So just a final thought before we leave. Albert Einstein said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." So don't get too bogged down in being super productive during this time and feeling under pressure to always be busy. Allow yourself some time to tap into your creative side, whatever that might look like. Perhaps it's journaling. Thank you for joining us again. It's been a pleasure seeing you as always. And please get in touch using our social media channels if you or someone you know is struggling. Take care, stay safe, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.